Where am I looking? Anyway.
Dude, I like you take a swig of your water first. Nice, Mike. Great performance there. Obviously, your perfectly timed knee as he was obviously coming in for that takedown, and obviously finished it with the punches there. Is that something that you saw in the first round, and then obviously when he went for the takedown in the second, that you managed to pull off?
Yeah, sort of. Like, it's always, if you watch some, like, it's kind of drilled into me from the gym. Like, we like register how they're reacting, put pressure on, and if they're going to level change, it's obviously a good option. But yeah, I saw in the first round that he was stronger than anticipated. And because I landed a bit on him as well, I landed on him standing, I felt he was going to be a little bit nervous. And then when he backed up, I just kind of saw him want to shoot, and it was just good timing for it. But yeah, I think it was set up, but he'd already been hurt on the feet, and he got a little bit desperate. So it was a good option.
Nice. And what was the game plan going into it? Obviously, because we know you're confident with your hands, you've got that experience there. Was it just to strike him on the feet and then see where the fight goes after that?
To be honest, my game plan was to go in, manhandle him, get a feel, and then just see what was available to him. Let's just come in aggressive, put it on him, and if he could live with me, then see what's available. Like I said, he was a little stronger than anticipated, but I found it a little easier to get to move my hands than anticipated. So I kind of, I guess, adapted a little bit on the fly. Listened to my corner on the ground as well, telling me to open up a bit. Managed to open up a big cut over him in the first round. So obviously, a big cut like that immediately puts pressure on him. He has to do something because the fight can be stopped. With a cut that size above his eye, if I do a bit more damage to it, the fight can be stopped any time. So that puts a lot of pressure on him to make something happen, which ultimately put him in a lot of trouble.
Nice. And you mentioned obviously the advice from your corner. So what's it like, obviously, doing the rounds? That's London shoot fighters with obviously really high elite fighters with yourselves as well.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, there's someone that's the best at anything. So obviously, any aspect of the game, there's someone there who's super legit at it. So there's plenty of training partners, and obviously the corner advice is really valuable because you can easily get kind of, especially when you're kind of winning the round, like I was top position side control. It's easy to kind of like be like, all right, I'm winning this round, get a little complacent. But then that voice coming through, it wasn't always easy to hear. So apologies, Paul. It wasn't always super easy to hear because it was a loud crowd and it was holding close to my head. Yeah. But then you just get that little bit of advice and it just kind of brings you back to like, oh yes, I could be doing more. Oh yes, it puts an idea in your head and you can start building towards that. And in this case, it opened up a big cut, which I think changed the complexion of the fight. And what could have been a much longer fight, they managed to close it out. I think because that pressure they put a cut on him.
That's true. And now obviously 3 on the bounce now. Is there anyone that you're looking at in the Bellator or the PFL roster that you want next, and what you got in store?
To be honest, I'm not really looking at any individual. I'm more kind of, I'm 34 now. I've got a few more years left. I'm looking to try and get as much money, maybe get a belt, rather than any particular vendettas or that sort of thing. I'm just looking to get paid and have a title fight and have some good memories when I'm done with this. So I realised that any fight could be my last fight. Obviously, ideally, I've got a few more years left and I've got some good fights in me, but stuff can happen, you get injured, who knows? So I'm trying to treat every fight like it's my last fight and trying to get the most out of every fight. So yeah, I'd love to get a title fight. Whether that's going to take another fight first, I don't know. I'd love to find out.
Nice. Well, you've definitely made a statement for that, so congratulations, brother. Very good.
Mike, great to see you back in London, great to see you back in the OVO. It's been a little while since we've had a Bellator show here. For you to come on and get such a dominant win like that, especially by stoppage, what does that mean to you in front of the home crowd?
That means a lot. Like, to be honest, I haven't fought here in 5 years. And then just the reception I got, I was like, they always treat me well, but I was surprised by that reception. I feel like I'm getting welcome home, and I absolutely loved it. I love fighting here. I love so much family and friends to come see me. The reception was quite touching, to be honest. Really, usually I don't even think I noticed the crowd too much. I'm more focused on the opponent, but I noticed it this time and I really appreciated it. So yeah, it meant a lot.
It's definitely great to see a big crowd reaction, and that is 3 on the bounce, 2 back-to-back stoppages. Where do you sort of go from here? Because obviously, the title fight tonight should have been Evelyn versus Edwards. That's a fight that we've had before against Edwards, and a very close fight.
Really close.
After a finish
how do you
like
think it
that,
went? Which way do you think that went? I'm joking, no, fine, yeah.
I was here for it. You know,
You don't have to say because it's a
I'm from
lose-lose.
London. Put it that way.
Yes, buddy.
That's obviously a fight that unfortunately got cancelled this time.
Yeah.
Would have been great if there was someone to step in. Do you think next time if they get that fight scheduled, you could be in the talk?
I would love to. I'd love that to be the case. And I was excited to have that headline in this bout because obviously being a middleweight on the same card as the title fight, and I think the only other middleweight there, I think that says something, doesn't it? That says like, hey, look, there's another middleweight. I mean, it puts you in mind. So hopefully I'm close to that. I don't know if PFL is going to be doing a middleweight tournament or anything like that soon, but that'd be another great option. I'd love that as well. But yeah, I think if I keep getting finishes, and I feel like I'm back on form now. I had a couple of years in the wilderness. I feel like I'm back on form and getting finishes, and I'd love to get my name in the mix.
Well, we'd love to see your name in the mix, man.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
He said, hold on.